guys, and welcome back. It is April, and I'm gonna take you step by step on exactly what you need to do for April in this growing guide. So let's get to it. Okay guys, let's get started. I'm so excited. So here we go. On April 2nd, we're gonna wanna set out our tomato, eggplant, and pepper transplants. You may buy them from the store or seed start them. I seed start mine. And you're also gonna wanna be planting lima beans and corn. I'm not planting those in my garden this year, but you should plant them in yours. Yeah, you know, sometimes you have to scale back because you have other projects going on, which is this, a tomato trellis. Now, I made a whole video on this, and I'll link it above right there. But this is gonna be, these are all tomatoes, and we used 2 T-posts and a board on top and some string. And so this is one way to grow tomatoes, and I have tons of it right there. I just popped these in a few days ago. They are doing wonderful. They're gonna be some yellow cherry tomatoes, and I can't wait. Those are my favorite. They're just like candy. These are the Thomas Jefferson tomatoes that we got from Monticello. They're doing absolutely wonderful. And as you can see on some of them, they have already started flowering, and I cannot wait to eat a tomato that Thomas Jefferson ate. I mean, how cool is that? So like I said, right now you can plant tomatoes, eggplant. We planted those in the past before, but we're not going to plant it this year. And peppers. Now, we love planting peppers. We plant them in the spring and the fall. All right, so this next one on April 4th is for all zones. It's basically anyone, anywhere. Let's talk about controlling weeds with a hoe and heavy mulch. Now, as you see, I have a food forest, and I've mulched around a huge section of my yard. And I do several inches of mulch. Here I am hoeing out a bunch of weeds. So this is real life, y'all. I have a bunch of weeds, and I just use this hoe, and it does take, you know, this whole section took a while to hoe out, and I scraped them out, gave them to my chickens, and then I put a bunch of mulch on top, and it's really gonna slow down the weed problem that I have. So I have weeds from a section of my yard, and then they blow in to this more fertile section. So when I put mulch on it, it sort of stops the weeds from blowing in as much. Now here it is with all the mulch on it. As you can see, I have a little bit of weeds right there, and I have put a bunch of hay. I think it was 3 bales, and I put a bunch of hay as a barrier to those weeds right there on the outside of my fence. For a barrier around most of my garden, I use firewood. Guys, it doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg. You can use what you have. Now, April 6th is a great time to plant sweet potatoes. So this is footage from last year where I'm planting some sweet potatoes. I haven't received mine. I ordered from the Steel Sweet Potato Company, and they ship theirs out April 1st. So it should be any day. I am biting my nails waiting. I cannot wait to throw these in the ground and have some delicious sweet potatoes. I ordered way too many, and I'm gonna have to plant them all. I ordered some purple sweet potatoes and white sweet potatoes, and I am hungry just thinking about them. I cannot wait to put them in the ground and let them crawl all over my garden. You know what else is wonderful about sweet potatoes is that it keeps your ground nice and cool and damp in the summertime. Those big leaves, they really help with the soil. And so I absolutely love planting sweet potatoes. So April 8th is a reminder to seed and plant flowers. Yay! This is rue right here in my flower garden. I have never planted it before, and I'm excited to see what it's going to become. Here is a butterfly plant that I got at the store the other day. Silky red. Can't wait to see the flowers on that. That is a sage plant. I think it has these beautiful flowers on it, and it can predict the rain. Yeah, I'm not kidding. It can predict the rain. Supposedly, it sends flowers out right before it rains, so we'll see. And there's some milkweed, And let's see, what else do we have? I've seeded a lot in this flower bed. We have nasturtium. They haven't flowered yet, and I absolutely love the leaves. I'm enjoying them so much. I think they might be my favorite flower. We have got a mist flower in the back there. I got that from a nursery. Can't wait to see what that flower becomes. And I have seeded, and I've bought, and I've traded, and I've collected different flowers for this garden. And I can't wait until everything starts blooming, and it's just going to be beautiful and attract pollinators. And I'm super excited for everything. There's some more nasturtium. I've seeded sunflowers all throughout this, so I don't know, it might take over and be too much, but I absolutely cannot wait for probably midsummer when everything is just pow! Oh, that's some basil, and I'm just gonna let that flower out too. So, you know, think outside of the box. Maybe you let a few vegetables flower, and that can be the flowers that you use. April 12th is a great day to seed watermelon. So I'm showing you this part of the food forest because this is where I'm gonna plant my watermelon. Here's some that I planted a few weeks ago, and here's a volunteer. So April 17th is a day for support. So I have built things, Sean has built things, we've built things together, and I'm gonna walk through the garden and show you exactly what we use for support for our veggies. And yeah, so here's a tomato trellis, our newest support system. It's awesome and amazing. So here's just some firewood that, you know, you can use anything for a pot. I also bought these felt pots. I really like them because they can collapse in the winter. I don't have to store a lot of pots. You can do the firewood like this and fill it up with soil. And then there's one more that I'm about to show you right here. So we are doing this because the kids sometimes run through the garden and we want to say, hey, there's a plant here. Now, about 6 years ago, Sean built the 10-bed garden system for me, and he used these 2x4s, and they have worked amazing. So I love that it has lasted this long. We didn't think it was going to, and it's still looking good, except for the gravel. We're about ready to replace that. It's not working for us. We chose the wrong kind. I did this in honor of going to Thomas Jefferson's garden at Monticello. I was really inspired by the fact that they just use things that were on hand, like sticks and string. And so you can too, you know, it doesn't have to cost anything at all. And yeah, it's not very strong, but those peas don't need that much support. Here is a canopy that Sean built for me. We actually move this canopy from bed to bed, and whenever we need support. So here we're growing our tomatoes, and we just nail it right in, right there. And yeah, we just move it around. I like this one a lot. It's 2 T-posts, some cattle panel, and some rope, and it's extremely sturdy. I love this pattern, this DIY. It's very fast, very inexpensive, and very strong. So I like that one. All right, so a long time ago, Sean built these cucumber trellises for me. He probably built them before the 10-bed system, so just right when I was just getting into gardening. And they have the cattle panel on them, and the cucumbers just climb right up. And they have a little support. It's kind of like an easel. And I move these around to wherever I need them, and I love them. They are falling apart now. So here is a bed that we made a while back, probably 4 or 5 years ago. And you don't even have to have a raised bed. You can just have a border and then put soil in. And that's basically what this is. Now this is going to be replaced with a greenhouse someday. So these I bought this year from Lowe's, and I really like them. They're hollow in the center, so they don't have like a bottom, and I enjoyed filling them up. They were pretty affordable. I don't have a ton of them because I don't like to spend a lot of money on things like that. I like to make it. So here's the those black felt pots. No, some of them are the black felt pots and then some of them are rubber. And I like the rubber plastic. They're hard and sturdy. I have these up against the fence here because I'm going to string the tomatoes up that way. That's another way to have tomatoes. And then here is Thomas Jefferson tomato trellis, and it's okay, but I thought I'd show you guys in case some of you wanted to do this. This is you know, a tomato trellis that I made. So let's go here, walking through here. I use these T-posts and wire. Let me give you a good close-up over here. So it's just 2 T-posts that we pound into the ground, and then we string some wire across for good solid support, and another T-post. And this is going to be the support for the grapes. Hopefully in a few years we'll have kind of more of an entryway into the food forest. And so with it like a wall of grapes. All right, now one more thought. It's very, very easy. It's just cattle panel that I bent, and cucumber is growing up it. And I secure it down with some bricks because we have lots of wind where we're at, and it would just blow away if I didn't put the bricks down. So here it is, cattle panel built, just bent, and the cucumber is going to go up and down. Super easy, just a trellis idea, and there you go. So I hope you enjoyed these. All right, so on April 21st, I want you to try to set up an automatic watering system. This could be as easy as putting a timer and a drip hose onto your spigot there. I like to use a 4-prong spigot on a very busy pipe. I also like a timer. You can buy these anywhere really, and they're gonna help you so much. On April 25th, I would say plant some greens. I am constantly planting greens, succession planting. There's some that I'm about to eat for lunch. And over here, I just planted some more. Right here, that's lettuce. And I have some back inside the house that I'm seeding. And right next to it is spinach and then arugula. And I just put both of those into the ground just a few days ago. They're doing great. That's arugula right there. And then that is arugula that I planted just a little while ago. And look how big it's gotten. I also planted spinach in a different style, something I saw on the internet. Just you kind of overseed it and then you chop the tops off. Thank you so much for joining us in the April Gardening Guide. I really appreciate you joining me. I will be doing all these things in my garden. I will also probably be seeding a lot more flowers and just maintaining things, putting in that like automatic watering system. And I love April. April is a wonderful time of year. It goes by really fast. We have lots of birthdays in April, and the garden is just blooming and beautiful, and the greens are all different shades and they're new colors. And I love April, so I hope that you enjoyed this video. Like I said, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you back in May. I'm excited for making that one too. So if you like this content, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.